Hey, what's up? It's your girl Poohnana, the plus size beauty, and I got a special individual in here with me, filmmaker and West Coast legendary ballroom. This is Harry L. Michaels Jr., aka Mike.
Going on? What's going on?
Oh, how you feeling today?
Feel good. Thank you for having me on.
I know finally to get you into the studio.
Right?
I know it's hard. It's hard to get y'all older legendary girls and boys up in here. So when I asked you for the interview, were you scared?
I was a little nervous. Didn't know what we was gonna talk about. 'Cause, I've been in some little drama stuff sometimes. So
Yeah. We're going to get into some things today. We're going to get into some things. Now, I know who you are, but the world needs to know who you are. What's your name, occupation, and hometown?
My name is Harry L. Michaels Jr., aka Mike Ebony. I'm from Los Angeles, California, born and raised. I am a filmmaker, actor, writer, director, producer. I have my own company called HLM Productions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the House of Ebony. I know you guys just had a ball.
Why?
Yes, and how was that? I know you guys had a lavish house ball.
It was great. It was awesome. I just got my second demon for All American Runway.
Okay, kudos. How did that make you feel?
Long time coming. I feel awesome. Glad I ain't got to walk the category like that as much no more, but put in a lot of work, money, time, energy. So I just feel great that I finally got recognized for what I do.
Oh, that's amazing. Because, when it comes to ballroom, I know it takes a lot of consistent walking and it takes a lot of strives and just like perfecting your craft. So tell the world your expertise into ballroom. What is your categories?
So I started off walking schoolboy. I got deemed for schoolboy in 2016.
Oh my God, I came across one of those pictures and I was like, Mike the schoolboy.
Yes, that was my first legendary category. And then I started walking All American in 2011. At the same time walking at schoolboy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got deemed for that, like I just said.
Oh my goodness. Like All American. I noticed like you kind of strive. What I noticed about the West Coast when it comes to like All American, our stride is like a little smoother. It's just like very smooth, like kind of like a masculine, but yet smooth walking like defense. So who taught you?
When I first came out, I studied and watched Casanova.
Shout out to Casanova.
Barry, JoJo.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched those people. I watched JoJo when I was in San Francisco.
Okay.
Like 2003, 2004, watching him walk All American out there. So I just like watched those people and then, yeah.
So these are like icons and legends from the West Coast?
No, Casanova the only one. JoJo, he's living in New York now, but
okay.
Yeah, all three of them are legend for.
That's amazing. Because I feel like this younger generation, I mean, they know of it sometimes, but they need to know the history. And certain people, like on our coast, they don't be knowing who's icons and legends.
Yeah, Father Trey is one of them. He's icon for.
They need to write a goddamn book or like make a book and be like, here, children, read this.
It's a lot of people that walk that's deemed our legend icons for categories that we don't know about. So a lot of people don't know about Father Trey being like the first icon. I'm
gonna get his ass in here. I'm telling you, trying to get the older girls and the legend, these icons and things. You walk up to them and you be like, hey, I'm trying to do an interview, and they be like,
what?
Girl, what? What do you want? Who's your child? Who's your father? Who's your mother? Where you come from? And I'll be like, I need to get your legacy. We need to talk about some things. So, legacy, your walk. We have to talk about it. I loved watching you at the Notorious Ball. I didn't even know, because I was so in the back. I didn't even know you was one of the toy soldiers and you was one of the first people to like shoot out. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you did your shit.
I shot out first because, the toy soldiers, they had a little hat.
Yeah.
I had a miss. I left my hat.
Okay. It happens.
Yeah, I almost didn't walk out, like I'm not fully prepared. I was in the back mad, cussing. It's like, fuck.
No, yeah, because I know how that be, because you be like, I prepared for this shit and I don't have all my shit here.
Yes, I was pissed off, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk out first. I won't say nothing. They don't even know. I was just
and pray that they don't and pray that nobody chop me or nothing. Like, you were really out there, like, doing your thing. I love the creativity, and that's one thing with your effects, the creativity with the effects.
Yeah, I go hard with the effects. Like, I know my walk is there, so I know in order to stand out, because a lot of people come with effects, so I know I'm good with effects. So when I look at my effects, I always, like, research and research and research and just put things together and make sure everything matches up and I feel comfortable and I'm okay with when I'm putting out there on the floor.
Yeah, I do be liking the creativity that you do.
Thank you.
And just like you and my granny have like this similar thing of the diamonds and the rhinestones and
Yeah.
like things that shimmer and
Diamond
like glitter.
pearls.
I never understood it now, but I said most of the icons and legends, y'all have this kind of like, not saying that your aesthetic is the same, but y'all have this particular way of putting effects together and y'all like shit to shine.
Yeah.
The bigger, the better in the way that it shines. So ballroom, West Coast, how did you find it?
But actually, in college, when I first got in college in 2004,
Mm-hmm.
I was just online,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on the DL, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
Mm-hmm.
online, and then somebody introduced me and showed me, saying that they walk balls. I didn't know what it was, and he showed me a clip,
Oh,
and I
nice.
was like, "What the hell?"
Right.
So I was like, "Nah, I'm good for a minute." And then my best friend, Chris, he
Okay.
walked face for the House
Oh,
of Allure.
nice.
then
Shout out to the House of Allure.
Right, and then his partner Stacy walked for Chanel. He was a Twister, well, Vogue family, then switched to Twister. So
Okay.
then they brought me into the scene, and then I was just hanging out with them, and then I just got real interested. I'm big with competition and wanting to compete, and I was
Yeah.
competing with people. So I'm like, nah, I think I can do this. I can do this. So then I met Junior, and then he brought me to the House of Ebony.
Oh
So
my
that's when I
goodness.
started
So is this like the early 2000s, right? Like,
early 2000s.
so look, this is when they always tell me, they'd be like, oh baby, it was a time. They was like, we was ruthless back then. There was no rules. It was just like real raw. And
All
then that's when
this,
ballroom was just like,
all this alliance and banning, and none of that happened back then.
nothing happened. Because
No.
I used to hear stories about the Chanel's, good Lord Jesus.
Oh.
Bless your heart.
But at that time, I was at Ebony's there, so yeah, Ebony's had they ruthless time too. So
Mm.
yeah,
So the confidence, because I know it's very scary to really put yourself out there because I was a kitten before. I was a virgin.
I'm always nervous if that's what you're gonna ask.
Look, I thought it was just me. I still have this like, ooh, shit, they could still chop me.
Every time, yep, it's always in the back of my head. Oh, somebody can chop me. Somebody ain't gonna see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm always nervous, and everybody asks me, "Why are you always nervous?" I don't know.
I think it's just like my anxiety, but your confidence.
But once I hit the runway, all that goes away.
Oh my
Like
God.
I don't know where it goes. It just whoop.
The confidence. Who or what builds your confidence? Because I know every time, no matter what category you walk, you have to have like this aura of confidence. It's like turning it on into like a new person.
Well, confidence started with my parents, and then
I love
I've
that.
always been in performing arts, band, music, drama, stuff like that. And my teachers was very, very, very cutthroat. They was like
Oh.
army vets and stuff like that. So like they helped build my confidence with that. So I mean, I always performed since I was like in the 6th grade. So
Okay.
I
So
always
like
been
with your
performing.
family, so you were the only child or you had like siblings?
No, I have 4 sisters and 2 brothers.
Oh, I love that. So it
Yeah.
was like a house full of like it was like the Cosbys. It was like the
Yeah, we
Cosbys
got
in there.
a lot of
So
them.
at high school and stuff you went to, like performance arts.
I went to Washington High School.
Washington Prep?
Yes.
Okay, Wash House.
But we had a performing arts department, so we had track. I
Okay.
was in a performing arts
Yes.
department. So yeah, I was always in band, modeling, acting.
I love that. I could see the model. I could
Yeah.
see like
I don't know. People keep saying I should get in front of the camera and model, but I'm not.
I know.
I don't know how to pose and all that stuff. So
Being in the scene, because people know who you are. You get LSSs all the time. They're like legendary Mike and whatnot. The challenges that you had in the scene, what was the most horriblest challenges that you had?
um, first coming out, when I first came out, it was like 1,000 schoolboys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like 1,000 of them, and I was the only. Well, it was 2 Ebonies, me and Tony. We was the schoolboys of Ebony, and we had to battle all those other schoolboys. So it was a challenge of trying to get our name out there and just keep walking and getting our name out there.
Mm.
And ballroom is shady.
Yeah, it's
Comes with a lot of
very,
shade.
very,
So
very shady. It's very, very hard. I tell people, I'll be like, look, You might not get the success that you want. You just have to like keep walking.
Yeah, people come in and think, oh, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna kill it, and I'm gonna get my life. No, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Some people, I mean, come off the back and be like, whoa, they just get it right back. But some people have to put the work in. I got to put the work in. I had to travel. I had to do all that and went state to state in order to be recognized on the West Coast. Because at first it was just like, oh, that's Mikey, because I was Mikey at first.
Okay.
And then Selvin called me on my first LSS, and that's when they
Selvin.
That's who actually did me for Schoolboy.
Oh my God.
So he called me out and he changed my name to Mike. And then after that, it was just like.
I love watching her clips. They are a fucking key.
Icon.
Icon. Shout out to Selvin. Icon. Like internet. Now she's like literally taking off like on the internet. People
like
use
making all kinds
memes, like just anything, just like the comedy off of it because she is hilarious. Just the things that she would just say. Like, oh my God. So you're not only legendary in a mainstream house, you also have a Kiki house.
Yes, House of KashDollz.
KashDollz.
House of KashDollz.
So overall father, correct?
Founding father.
Founding father. Okay.
We're looking for overall right now.
We're looking for overall. Okay.
Right now, I'm taking over the responsibilities and making sure, but yeah.
What made, like, cause I'm just finding out about the Kiki scene, just joining the Kiki scene. It said it was founded in 2017. What made you start it?
Well, back in 2017 when we first started, I think I was the West Coast Prince of Ebony then.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Kiki scene had just like started building up on its side. So I was like, let me start a Kiki house and then like get my foot wet with trying to like be in leadership and being like running the house and like, just basically being in leadership and started something of my own. So that's when I started. And we actually was called Machino at first.
Oh, okay.
And then we changed it to KashDollz.
I like the name, the Making Money House of KashDollz.
Yes, definitely.
And you definitely went out there and did your thing and represented. You actually went to a Kiki ball that was in New York and represented for Best Dress.
Yes.
How did that feel? Because it was like the confidence. You walked out of there, just like walked out there on the scene and was like, yep, we're here.
Yeah, when I first walked in, I always walk in with confidence, like head up, But then when I got dressed and I started seeing everybody getting dressed around me, I was like, okay. I'm looking at people, okay, take this person down, take that person down. So the confidence was like there. I was like already ready. And before I started walking, I said, okay, I'm going to win this.
It was the walk for me because like you walked out of there like so smooth, like, yeah. And you had this killer like clutch with you too. Like what?
I bet.
Did you stone that or it was like that?
No, I bought it like that.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Yeah. I love that. Because going to the New York is you walk in New York, it's harder than, I would say like harder walking over here. Because sometimes I feel like they judge us a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And we be having to go against like
favorites and I'm not necessarily their favorite.
Oh, okay. Okay. Look, that's another thing. Look.
But when I got to New York, I really was nervous because I had on those pumps too. And
my God.
I don't know how they gonna feel in New York about having on pumps and I'm walking male figure, not GNC.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when I got out there, every single person had on a pump. So I was like, oh, okay, so cool. I got this.
It's giving Best Dress because, like fashion is so fashion forward now.
It's not.
So it's like, men are wearing a heel on sometimes with their dress shoes. Prince changed the game. Yeah, people are changing the game right now. I mean, if Offset is wearing a heel and Wiz Khalifa wearing a heel, you can wear a heel, damn it. And they rappers. So making your name in ballroom and just like making the strides, being legendary, being founding father of a Kiki house. Career-wise, you are kicking ass.
Thank you.
I gagged a little bit because doing the research, I was just like, I've seen promos for your movies. But then when I was really going down the line, we can Google you.
Yeah, you can definitely go in there and Google me.
You're so modest. Like, you don't. Like, I know you promote on social media, but like, you're so modest. You be like, yeah, I make films. And you just like, I swear he don't like be like, yeah, I'm a filmmaker or whatever. He don't boast or brag or anything.
Nah, I'm not that person. I just love to do what I do. I write, make my films, act, and I just put it out there for people to enjoy. Like,
They're really, really good.
thank you, thank you.
So filmmaking, because I know you were in performance arts.
Mhm.
Filmmaking, how did you know that was your passion? Like,
Oh, I knew that early on, from a very, very, very young age. Every
Mhm.
time I went to or watched a movie or went to a movie theaters, I didn't want to leave the movie theater until I got
looked
done
at the
watching
credits. Oh my God.
Yeah, and then when I see the credits, I always envisioned my name in the credits, director,
Oh.
actor. So it was just I always knew from a very young age, like that's what I wanted to do.
I'm pretty sure, like watching Spike Lee movies, you was like,
Oh,
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
Mike Lee is the man. Man, iconic, that man.
John Singleton,
Yes.
just like is oh
They
my
are
goodness.
amazing.
You have to talk about it. Algorithm. I like that.
You like,
I love the promo for it. And I was like, have to really sit down and watch this.
yeah. Right now, Algorithm is in festivals right now. So we're in
Yes.
festival run right now. We just won one award for Algorithm right now.
Nice.
Yeah, so we got like 2 more festivals that we waiting on to see if we get accepted into. But yeah, I was inspired to walk. I was inspired to write that by that lady. What was her name? Cardi or something, who was faked the abduction, talking about she seen the baby on the side of the
Oh my God. What was
Yes.
her name? I can't even
Yes,
I really want to talk about her, but I can't even like figure out her name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yes, I was just like, interesting. Let me see if I can just like kind of write something similar to that. And then I was supposed to be on break, right? I wasn't supposed to be writing or acting or anything. I was supposed to just be like editing the films. But I was just like, I gotta do something. So we made this short film real quick.
You did multiple movies. I know, like Sugar, and then it was Date, and then Algorithm. And I seen you have another promo too. I believe it's for Pride.
Pride Weekend.
Pride Weekend. And I said, oh my God.
Yeah, Pride Weekend is actually we have a short version and we have a full feature film. The short version is going into film festivals as well, and then the feature film will be out next year.
The Thespian Cinema Film Festival. How did you feel?
I feel amazing when every time we enter a film festival, we win a prize. Like I'm like, dang, like they actually see my work. Like,
Oh my God. You
like,
never know who's watching you.
You never know.
And just to know that you're being celebrated for your accolades and what you're doing and just is independent, imagine how big it can go.
And like just being recognized like out, like I can be at a party or something and be like, oh, I heard of you or I seen your promo or something like that. It'd be amazing. Like,
Oh my goodness. So how did that feel to be even of the LGBTQ and then you're making all these films? How does it feel to just be a lead runner as a maid? It's like paving the way too as well.
It feels good. I mean, I really don't give too much thought about it. I just, like I said, I just like to write and act and just do what I love to do and just put it out there. Like, yeah.
And you're like, these younger kids will see it and it will inspire them.
Yeah, to
Because
feel like they can do the same thing.
You know, now they're like banning books and stuff now. They're like got this whole little book ban. And I'm just like, well, what the hell are they supposed to get their inspiration from? You don't want them to read? Like, that's insane.
That's weird. That's crazy.
You just want them to look at TV all the time. If you could do any collaborations for your work into like film, who would you do? Just top 3.
As far as like big names or like indie?
It doesn't matter.
For one, damn, I just went brain for it. Ryan Coogler.
Ah, yes.
That dude is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
A great director. Michael B. Jordan.
Yes, of course. Michael B. Jordan with his fine ass.
It's a lot of people. Spike Lee, Denzel Washington. Man.
I hope to meet them one day, like just randomly.
If I can just be in their presence, that'd be amazing.
You should have seen my face when I randomly I was on Melrose. I was at the Pretty Little Thing Showcase store, that little pink one that's like on Melrose. And honestly, he just walked up, Jonathan Majors. He just walked up just randomly. It was just, because people walk up Melrose and the paparazzis. All the other girls didn't know who he was, and he had his shades on. But I turned around and I was like, oh, I didn't want to fan out, but I was just like, oh my God. And I like walked up to him and I was like, you are Jonathan Majors. And he was like, hello. And like, he gave me like a hug and I was like, I really love your acting. I love your work.
Yeah,
and he was like, oh, I appreciate that, sister. And I was just like, I felt warm. Like, I was like, damn, I met Jonathan Majors.
That's huge. That's dope.
Oh my goodness. If you could say anything to Spike Lee, what would be the first thing you would say?
Let me intern for you. Show me some.
Show me the ropes. Intern for me.
Like he inspired me a lot. Like as a young Black artist, writer and stuff. Like I would love to. Like I even took his Spike Lee masterclass and Samuel L. Jackson masterclass, and they taught you a lot. So I'm
oh my God, Samuel L. Jackson.
He's one of them. Another one.
Oh, I would pass out. I would just pass out. I usually don't fan out, but in the inside, it's like, I'll be like, God. That's like when Lupita came to our ball. I think it was awards ball. She came and she met us. And I was like, she shook my hand because I had the little African flag on. She was like, I was screaming for you. And I was like, I was smiling, but I swear it's like I went blank and I was like, oh my God, this is Lupita.
I wasn't at that bar. I was banned.
Oh, sorry. Yes, he was banned. It was a lot of stuff that goes on. I remember that. But you know what? That's another time for another story. I hope one day to like get everybody to sit down and to like talk about it and just like move forward because I know people are healing, but I know the pain is still there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to forget it.
Yeah, no. I don't think that's nothing you could ever forget it. Yeah.
But I mean, it's gonna always be there. Like we don't really talk about it, but it's gonna always be there. Like nothing you can really do about it. But
I'm glad our scene is healing from it because it really did affect everybody. It was a very scary moment. I wasn't out there, but I did see some crazy stuff on live, and it was like I was like, "What in the fuck?" Like I know balls go crazy, but I've never seen no shit like that ever. Well, in Oakland, I've seen stuff like that, but like. I've seen drill team competitions in Oakland go crazy. Like, so I was just like,
You know, Oakland up there is a whole different.
It's a whole nother vibe. You should see the school board meetings. They have to call the police. Ooh. Like, it gets so bad. Yeah, like my ex, his sister works up there. She's a teacher up there. So she said, like, the school board meetings are, like, freaking crazy. And I low-key seen it one time. It was on the news because my friend is a cop. He was on the news, like, trying to stop the commotion. So imagine me texting him. I was like, you on the news, like, trying to stop fights? He was like, it was just insane.
Yeah, I seen a lot of stuff up there when I went to San Francisco State University, because that's where I went to school at. I seen a lot of stuff up there, too.
Oh,
being in some stuff, too, but...
It's about being in some stuff.
Oakland is a whole different vibe. I've been in more incidents up in Oakland than I have in L.A., and I'm born and raised in L.A., so it's like, yeah... Oakland's a whole different vibe out there.
Balancing your career and then like ballroom. I know it's a lot because I do it. I get sleepless nights. Like, and you're a father. Like
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's hard. That's mainly the one reason why I didn't take any offers to be a West Coast father again. Because I want to focus more on my career, and I focus, like, it's going on 20 years that I've been walking ballroom.
Right.
So I'm put a lot of time and energy in ballroom, and now it's time for me to put all that energy into my career.
No, for real.
So, I mean, I've never, like, when I came into ballroom, I said I wasn't planning on trying to be icon.
Yeah.
I just want to come do my thing, have fun. And then I end up being double legend. So I'm like, nah, I need to just focus more on my career because I already put all the time and did what I need to do. I feel like I did what I need to do in ballroom. So
yeah, but that's how it happens. When you kind of just have fun, that's when your biggest moments happen. When you're just not worried about it. Because honestly, I don't really worry about titles. It's all about the moments and what you put into it. But when you're having fun, that's when you get noticed for a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So balancing it, because it's like, significant other, you're a father in ballroom, you're a father in Kiki ballroom. And then it's like, I know you're the man trying to handle everything in your career and films and like long nights. What do you do to like decompress and just like self-care?
I meditate a lot. Like out the day, I always figured sometime 15 minutes or try to get away from people and just give my own time, some time to myself, think about and recompress. Or sometimes I just like, you know, write in my journals and stuff like that. Like, other than that, like I'm always busy, always busy, always busy. But I always try to find at least some time to myself to try to woosah.
Cause you would go crazy.
Yeah.
You would go crazy just trying to juggle adults. I'm a supervisor, so juggling adults sometimes become very tedious, and it becomes a fucking headache because you're repeating yourself nonstop.
Yeah, it was one time like last week. I don't know if like I had got to a certain point, but I was crying in my sleep one time. I woke up like, what the hell?
Oh my
And I
God.
was telling my mom, she was like, "Oh, it's because you probably got so much going on. You working so much, and your body just was releasing it,
Oh
and you
my
just didn't know it was
goodness.
releasing." But I'm like, "What the hell was I crying?" But yeah, it was just like sometimes you just gotta make sure you get that time to yourself to release all that energy because you don't want to keep it balled up inside you. So yeah, like I said, I meditate, I write, and I just try to get it out of me and just release stuff. So
Cause me first coming in the scene, I will see you all the time because I know you and my granny have like a good rapport.
mhm.
And he would be like, "Oh yeah, that's Mike. That's when you were in the last house, Delcor." And I used to love the way that you walked, but I had no clue that you were like a father and things. So being around you now, you have a significant other and the father figure. It's like seeing another side of you. How does it feel?
It felt good. Yeah, I really don't really let like the ballroom scene into my
Yeah, of course.
personal life
Of
like that.
course.
So a lot of
We
people
all
really,
protect
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. So a lot of people, if you're not like in my circle, you really don't know me really until
Mm-hmm.
you like get to actually know me. Like you know that I work hard, I have my own
Mm-hmm.
company, own businesses, stuff like that. Like a lot of people that's not around me don't know that. But
Mm.
yeah, like it makes you feel good. Like,
Yeah.
and then you
It,
got to protect that because you let people know all those type of things. Like people are malicious, so I
yeah,
always
people are
try to
malicious.
keep.
They're very vindictive, and you
Mm-hmm,
just never want to. You have to protect your inner peace
mm-hmm,
and your private life. I never knew why celebrities were always private until I
mm-hmm.
got older, and I was like, yeah, they
You gotta
kind of
protect.
prioritize everything that's private because people are malicious, and
Mm-hmm.
people will, people love to make a moment on social media and think that they know your family,
And then make
and
up stuff that's not even like. So I just like keep
then
all.
that's when I got to beat your ass. Look out.
I try not to resort to that, you know.
No, that's understandable. So, oh my God. Would you say that Ebony is a family vibe? That's why you really love being there? Because being around you guys, I call myself, I'm an honorary Ebony. Tiny's are honorary Garcon. So, okay, so it's like a switch. I'm an honorary Ebony. The family vibe, I get it. I feel it and I get it.
Yeah, Ebony always. When the first time that I came out to the house, I mean into the ballroom scene and joined Ebony, it's always been a family state to state to state to state. It
Hmm.
have, and that's why I ended up back in Ebony because I have never felt that in any other house. Like it's Ebony, I don't know, it's just something about Ebony that always got this family vibe. No matter what they go through, it's always a family vibe with Ebony.
That's how I feel about
And
my
that's what I
family
try to do with Delcor.
first.
Yeah, let me take a sip.
They're getting the family vibe always have to look. This is what I tell people because that's the same way I feel about Garcon. I was like, if I ever stopped doing ballroom, I think I would just quit because I don't think I could ever find the family vibe. No shade to all the other houses. All the other houses are fab, but like I tell people, if you leave a family house and you go somewhere else, it's cold out there in those ballroom streets, and you will find out, and then you will find yourself on the outskirts knocking back on the door like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, please take me back. I'm hungry. I'm cold.
It's cold out here. I don't know what I would do. I made a mistake.
They told me to make my own effect. I don't know how. It's that's I swear that's my term. I'll be like, it's cold out there in the ballroom streets.
People learn, like, they be thinking sometimes the grass is greener on the other side, but then get on that side and be like, ooh.
But you and shout out to Kimari, you guys, the West Coast, when you were in Delcor, you guys made a lot of shit happen.
Mm-hmm.
You guys made I seen the difference. I seen the difference from different like coasts and whatnot. You guys did an amazing job. You did as much as you can, you know? Sometimes
Yeah.
it's not like home.
Yeah, definitely wasn't home. But
I'm a drink. Don't shoot me, Del Course. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Don't chop me.
You know, with Del Corda, I was trying to, because I wanted to go into something else and make like my own legacy and show that I could build something on my own in mainstream, and I was doing that, and I just think some people just wants to be in control of everything.
Oh, yeah.
And wants to run everything. And when you put people in charge of certain things, you have to let them run the things that they need to run.
Yeah, that is true.
Especially if you got somebody in leadership that's running something that ain't broken, and you come in trying to fix something that ain't broken, you just broke it.
Mm. So I know we have our biological families and then we have our ballroom families. You have any biological ballroom kids? I mean, not biological ballroom kids, but like gay kids.
Yeah, I have a lot of them.
A lot of. How many do you have? Every time I ask a legendary or icon person, they be like, "Woo!" They be like, "I got a lot of kids. Which one you want to know?"
Over the years, like I said, I've been doing this for almost like 20 years. Like you accumulate over the years kids, and then you just look at me like, "Damn, I didn't even realize I had all those damn kids." Like, but it just like as you like grow older and you learn more stuff, you start installing stuff into other people, and people start looking up to you. And then if you make that connection with people, you make that connection with them.
Yeah, it's understandable. I have one daughter, and I just need to handle just one right now. She's a beautiful femme queen, but baby, she's femme queening. She's young, and I'm just like,
those the hardest ones.
I'm like, just no. Like, but I'll be like, okay, baby, I'm here if you need me.
And make sure. I got 2 femme queen daughters. If I don't, I got
2, huh? That's all you could take is 2, huh?
Yeah,
Who's your favorite? Out of your femme queen daughters, who's your favorite?
No, I love them both.
Oh, you love them both.
Kendall and Adrian.
Oh, yeah. Kendall, technically.
Actually, I got 3. See, that's why I didn't want to start naming.
Oh,
because I got too many.
They was going to reach you on Facebook. Like, how dare you?
Chrissy, Dad, you never say Chrissy is my youngest daughter. It's the last one. I'm not getting any.
That's the new baby, right? Yes. She's the new baby. She's the hottest thing on the scene right now.
Oh, and she's a lot, too.
She's sweet as pie.
She's very sweet.
She's sweet as pie. The funniest thing, but
femme queens got that side.
Oh yeah, she's the hottest thing right now. I haven't seen femme queens like that. Even though our girls on our coast, for me, are very pretty girls. They don't really wear makeup. All they need is like a lash and like very beautiful skin and just lip gloss. I haven't seen a girl like her shaped naturally in years. When I first seen her, I said, "Oh my God, you look like my cousins. Like you look like my ghetto cousins, like dead ass." And I was like, "She is beautiful."
I first met her years ago. I was like, the ballroom scene ain't seen you yet.
Yeah.
They need to see you.
Because they haven't seen something like that in a long time.
Like when I first seen her, I said, "Oh yeah." You want to come win some money?
It's naturally beautiful. It's naturally stacked. Like I can understand why. I found out Queen Stacks is her mother. Find out interviewing her, she was like, "Yeah, that's my daughter."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I can see it." Like literally. Oh my God, because technically your other daughter is my auntie. Kendall is like my auntie sister. The tree is so fucked up. Like when you really count it, it's really fucked up.
All over the place.
I'll be like, she's my auntie sister. Like in a sense.
Me and my dad got the same mom.
What? What? Oh my God.
It's just crazy. None of it makes sense.
I cannot. I just cannot. So you like to meditate, active lifestyle. You don't work out at all. You just
I work out.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Shout out to working out.
Because I can't right now. I messed my arm up, but yeah.
Oh shit! Really? Rehabilitating from that?
Yeah, I haven't been in like a month. I think I messed like a tendon, something up in my elbow, and I'm dreading going to the doctor, but I need to go.
What's your biggest moment you want for your film production company?
I just want somebody big to see my work and just be like, "Come on, let me take you under my wing and then take me to the next level that I need to go to."
Words have power.
Yes.
That's what I've noticed. Words have power. Switch your words. Somebody's gonna see my
Instead of
work.
not once,
Somebody's
somebody's going
gonna
to find me.
somebody's gonna find me and see this
That's
beautiful work. And next thing you know, we're gonna see you on BET somewhere, probably like MTV or just like shit, HBO Max.
yeah, that's all I'm
You know, they
doing.
love black people.
That's all I'm doing is just writing, putting my work out there, and just hoping, not hoping, waiting for somebody to see it. And
It will happen. I'm manifesting that for you.
oh, I know it's gonna happen.
What would you say was your biggest ballroom moment for you? Because everybody has their moments, like like your biggest ballroom moment.
I had
Quite a few, huh?
yeah. I can say my first one as a schoolboy. I went to New York, my first time ever walking in New York, never ever been in New York. And I was at the hotel room and we had to bring a science project. So I was trying to make my science project.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, in New York, there's no cars. So after I made the science project, I had to jump on the train and run all the way to the train. And as soon as I got there, I was paying and it was counting down my category 10, 9, 8.
What?
I ran and paid them and I was throwing up my stuff and running there. Janae, rest in peace, my sister. She grabbed my volcano. We ran up there and I poured the vinegar in there and it just exploded. And it was like 20, like probably more than that. They just had me stand there and I swept the whole line.
Oh my God.
One by one by one by one by one by one. And I think that was like my first biggest moment in ballroom.
Yes, I love that. It's always the moments where you are so, I'm not gonna say not prepared, but something always go like haywire.
Going wrong and this.
My biggest moment, I was a virgin. I was late. It was like 25 for the motherfuckers. It was that overness ball where we all caught COVID.
Oh.
$500. I didn't even know it was $500. But when I tell you I was sitting there and it was like 25 motherfuckers. And I was sitting there like, and it took John, my brother, and he like came up to me. He was like, nah, shake that shit off. You about to go up there. And I was like, I gotta go against all these people. He said, fuck them. You about to walk the fuck out of them. And I was just like, I don't know, something tuned in.
And then those overness balls is big.
It was Jack. Jack was the first person that gave me my LSS. Jack was like, she walked all you bitches. Like, you know how he talked.
You know what's crazy? I've been in this scene all this time and Jack only gave me one LSS.
Shut the front door. Really?
Every other commentator. And I just think he just probably just, I don't know. I mean, it really don't matter. But I always thought that was funny.
Wow. You know, it's always been a thing with like the commentators. Shout out to all the commentators out there.
Shout out to them.
They recently post about this. People get mad at them about like an LSS and things of that nature. And it be people haven't really walked that long. Now you deserve an LSS. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't call me, I don't care.
I'm like that too. Look, I got this other saying. People be wanting an LSS, bitch. I be wanting the ball to start.
Yeah.
Like, start the ball.
I mean, if you don't call me out, you don't call me out. I mean, at the end of the day, I know who I am and I know what I've done. Mm-hmm. And then I know, like you said, you can go online, you can Google me. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. If you don't call me out, you don't call me out. I mean, it's what it is. Like, I don't care. But, I mean, sometimes it's be like, okay, that's funny.
Mm. So would you say, like, even because...
And then I don't, like, a lot of people in ballroom scene like to, you know, be groupies or kiss people.
Yeah.
And I'm not a groupie. Like, I'm not gonna go out my way to speak to nobody. Like, that's just who I am. I've never been like that. So
I love that. Always stay true to yourself, you know?
So
would you say, because I've seen you, I watch people, what people don't understand, I'm that person that kind of like, if you pay attention to me, I will say hi, but most of the time I kind of like, I be in the corner or I be like sitting down and I observe people the entire ball. I look at what they're wearing. I look at what they're saying. I look at what they're doing. I look at the politics. I look at the panel.
That's how I was when I first came out. Just watch it.
Your outfits for the ball. Because everybody knows they love, a ball is like where you can be extravagant. You can be as extra as you want. You can put your style. You do have style.
Thank you.
You do have style and a bit of a fashionista. What would you say your aesthetic is? Or like, or when it comes to that you admire, even if it's like a brand?
Now, I'm into the more GNC vibe type
Mhm.
of like. You seen that? What? No, you wasn't at that ball. Like the last Kiki ball that we went to, I wore a whole lace outfit with pumps, and then I still look masculine because beard and like
The whole
how I carry
GNC look,
myself.
I love it.
So but well, I always been into that. Like even in college when I start wearing like
Mhm.
real tight clothes and stuff like that, everybody was looking like, "Why are your clothes so tight?" Oh, you gay? Yeah, I know who I am, but that was before everybody was wearing that.
Yeah.
Everybody wear tight clothes, but I was already doing that before everybody was wearing tight clothes. But it
Mhm.
was just like I always was into like the feminine, like dressing, but still making it look masculine.
Masculine.
So
Mhm.
that's what I like.
Doing the gender non-conforming
hmm
scene, and I love that that's
But I'm
coming.
not GNC. I'm.
You have to really identify that because they be like, "No, I'm not GNC. No, I'm not GNC. I just like their clothes."
Yeah.
Like- I think that go for everybody though, especially the men. I think the GNC style is just it's in right now, and I
Yeah.
love how everybody can
Like
just
I
like be
always
free.
loved Prince, how he dressed. I always.
Oh my good, shout out
Rick
to
James, how
Prince.
they like. I always looked at them like, damn, they wear it and they make it look so masculine. Like I always liked that.
Oh, I love
Once I got
that.
to college, I was like, fuck all this baggy.
That's our scene too, because sometimes I feel like our scene when it comes to realness, they're still stuck in this box.
hmm
And if you look at the young kids now, the gangbangers, they are wearing
Tight
pink,
jeans.
tight jeans with a gun in it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they're so different now. So I'm like, realness, I feel like has to elevate because it's not just, an episode of Snowfall or just like,
Yeah, I think what it is that with them, the gangbangers, like we know that they're not gay.
mm-hmm.
So when you walk realness and a dude that come up there that's look like that, and we already know that you're gay, it's like you're gay.
Oh my God.
Like we got it, you're gay. Chop. So I think that's why it's like a.
They be like, look at that walk. They be like, chop him. He is not schoolboy, he's gay. And I'll be like, oh my God. I'll be sitting there like, oh my God, y'all. Like literally like the panel. Now, there's been a saying, and I feel like I can talk to you about this because you're legendary. Do you feel like they should now let younger people in the scene on the panel to give it a fresh? And I asked this. I've been low-key asking everybody this, but it's good that I have you in here today. Do you think the panel needs new people now on there?
Yeah, I feel like some of the judges should not always. It should not be the same judges every single time. There are younger leaders in the houses that like you should let them judge if you're gonna put them in. Like if you got a prince or a West Coast prince,
Mm-hmm.
you're training them to be the next mother, father. So why not put them on the channel? I'm on the panel and let them make those mistakes and then teach them. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
such and such and such and such. This is how this go. This is how that go. But yeah, I think for certain balls, like a major ball, like the awards ball, the People Choice ball, like those major balls, yeah, the older people should be on it. But when you got like these little mini deluxes and stuff like that, let the younger people judge those balls.
Yeah, because I feel like it gives a new, fresh take.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a little less pressure in a sense because sometimes for these young kids, they fear you guys like so much because they know what could come out your mouths and how y'all feel sometimes. Not saying you.
Not me. I don't.
Yeah, like not you, but it's just like
I might look and put my glasses down or something, but I'm not gonna talk bad or like do none of that negative stuff. If I don't see it, I'll chop it. And then if you want to know why I chopped it, I'm approachable. You can come ask me, and I'll tell you. It's not gonna be no shade. But if I let it through and I really don't see it, and I'm not gonna chop it because I don't want to like it can chopping can come with a lot of stuff behind it too sometimes. So
mhm.
sometimes it did get through, and then I'll just not vote for it.
Yeah. Do you feel like you should put on a class? Because there's so many like new All American boys now and guys and girls. Like I
Oh,
see
I
the girls.
love-
I love that the girls are coming
love
out
the
now.
girls walking all American.
Like no shade, I really, really like to see Paloma.
I
It's
love
Paloma,
Paloma.
and then it's like
Amber.
Amber. Shout out to the House of LaBeija. Shout out to the Marc Jacobs. These girls are really storming
Mhm.
state to state wise. And when it comes to like girls doing All American, I love to see the
And
change.
Paloma she's watching, she's studying, and she's very effective.
Yes.
And I love it.
I know it like brightened up my soul. And then like, she's a plus size girl. So I just like, I live, for me, I live. I think you should put on a class.
I mean, people have asked me, but I don't know.
Why?
Sometimes, I mean, I could. Yeah, I could. I might think about it.
You should, because it's like your legend and they need that wisdom. They need that guidance.
It'd be a
They
little bit
need
more
that.
extra work to add to my plate.
Yeah, I would
Right.
say like reach out to one of these centers or whatever and then like just do it. I promise you people will sign up for it. It's so many new young boys and girls that All American, and
Yeah, I
you'd be
see a lot of-
surprised like how many people probably look at your legacy and be like, I want to learn from him. But you know how it is when people are in other houses.
if y'all out
it's
there and y'all want
scared.
to
They
listen-
don't go up to somebody else in their other houses be like, can you teach me? Like,
Yeah, I mean, if they out there and they want to learn, I'm always open and willing. Hey, I mean, I'm not going to charge nobody. I'm not here to try to make no money off nobody. Like, that's
Mhm.
not, I mean, a studio is cheap to get. Like,
Oh yeah, of course, of
$50
course.
an hour. Like, I'm not going to charge. If I was to do that, I wouldn't charge somebody to come. Like,
That's why I like
if
Reach
it's-
LA and Swift.
Yeah.
Swift, like he does it every Monday. He literally like teach everybody. Like most of all these girls and stuff that's winning, they teach it. He teach it to all of them, and I'm like, that's Swift.
Any All Americans ever want to know or want to practice or want some tips, feel free. But yeah,
I love that. If you could say anything to your fans, what would it be?
stay positive, stay fresh, stay following me. Yeah, and I just appreciate you guys and everything that y'all posting my work and just following me and keeping me motivated.
I love that. And your inner self, because sometimes we have to reflect and we look. If you can see the younger self today, what would you say to him?
I am saying you're doing the shit that you said that you wanted to do, and we on our way.
Oh, I love that. Mike, it was lovely having you here today on the platform. I am manifesting everything for
Thank
you.
thank you.
And it's crazy. I've been around you for about maybe 2, almost 3 years. And I feel like now building a rapport with
making a
you,
connection.
yes, and making a connection and really knowing who you are. It's amazing. I didn't know you were doing all this. I didn't know you was doing all this shit. It's crazy when you really dissect the people that's in the scene and what they do for the community and their fathers and their parents and their, community help and just everything.
Well, you know, the ballroom scene like to highlight their favorites. So
Uh, I'm looking, and that gets boring.
I mean, I put my stuff out there for everyone to see, and if they gravitate to it, they gravitate to it. Like,
Mhm. Well, you heard it from here. It's your girl, Poohnana. Mike, let them know where they can find you at.
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Mike Measy28 on Instagram. My YouTube channel, Harry L. Michaels Jr. You find all my shorts, all my videos and stuff on there.
That's amazing. Now you heard the story from Mike, and I just want to say, plus size beauties, it was amazing having you guys here for another episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. She is Plus Size Beauty Sundays. You can also catch us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify Podcasts. And also don't forget to follow Podcast Place to hear where the magic is made. And I will see you beauties later. Thank you for tuning in.